everyone, Joe here from the Collection Compass, and welcome to our DC's Legends of Tomorrow Complete Collection only on DVD. Well, it's also on Blu-ray, but I have all of them on DVD because I got them all on DVD. So there you go. Here we have it, the 7th and final season, sadly, of DC's Legends of Tomorrow has been released today, at the time of this recording, and it's bittersweet. It really is bittersweet. I was not expecting this 7th season to be the end. I thought we would at least get one more wrap of the story, but times are changing with the CW, so sad to say, we will not be seeing an 8th season with our favorite legends. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. The future of revivals and, streaming services, there may be a chance. I'm not holding my breath out to it. And maybe, hopefully, if we do get one down the road, it will be something along the line as a proper finale. But we'll see how it goes. The Flash is still on the air. Who really knows what's going to happen next with the CW? Oh, man. But anyway, so as of today, as of this recording, all of the Legends of Tomorrow seasons are available on DVD. There's no word on a complete collection yet because, again, this was a sudden cancellation. Same with Batwoman. So I would expect them to have complete collections down the road, not at time of launch for the current seasons. I would imagine by Christmas you'll see something along the sorts, but we'll see how it is. So similar to how I did with our Supergirl review, which we did about the start of this channel about maybe a few months ago, I'm going to take a look back and just talk about each season individually, giving a little bit of a close-up, talk about the cover art, talk about what I thought of the season itself. Because just in general, Legends of Tomorrow stood out as a hidden gem for the Arrowverse, which sadly is now dying because show's getting canceled, show's ending, Superman Lois, spoilers, not being on the same Arrowverse Earth that we thought it was originally. So The Flash is the last one left, and once The Flash inevitably ends, whether that is in its upcoming 9th season or the hypothetical 10th season, that's it. It's all over. The acclaimed universe that the CW kind of built, / the second only cinematic universe of sorts after Marvel, is now over, which is a shame because it's going to end on a, hopefully ends on a high note. We'll see. Again, enough about The Flash. We'll see how that ends up. But talk about Legends. Legends has had an interesting journey from its first season to its currently last season, where if you were to tell anyone, oh, this is the same show, you'd be like, bro, there is no way this is the same show, because these two are, like, the way the show began and the way the show ended are two completely different pieces, where you kind of understood that, like, yeah, when Arrow started to where Arrow ended, there was character development, there were journeys, but the show's core kind of stayed the same. It was all about redemption. This show kind of went all over the place. It literally went from trying to be the crossover a week of the Arrowverse with the D-listers to them just becoming, we're completely off the rails, we can do whatever the hell we want, and we don't really care. It showcased that times were changing. When Legends started, it was trying to fulfill that, oh, we have a connected universe. This is the 3rd show, well, soon to be 4th show, because Supergirl premiered first. We're all connected. We're all part of the same world here, and we can pinpoint like old other stuff from Arrow or Flash and kind of bring them into our shows to kind of make this sort of uniformity. The age of tie-in universes is not over per se. Obviously the MCU is still going strong, but everyone else is kind of like given up on the format and just kind of went back to how things were beforehand. We're just going to make cool projects, whether they are movies or TV shows, and kind of going from there. So anyway, going back into Legends, because I keep derailing here, let's start with the first season, the one that started it all. I distinctly remember when I started DVD unboxings over on the main channel, ActionX. Well, this is a main channel too, but my original channel. I did an unboxing for Legends Season 1, and to be honest with you, I liked this poster. This poster was the secondary poster they used for the show originally. Honestly, I really loved it. It's an all-team poster. Not to say the first poster isn't that great. I just didn't like that first poster enough. This is a real treat where you got everyone that was in the Arrowverse in the last 2 years by that point, united by Rip Hunter, trying to save the world from Vandal Savage. I gotta say, premise-wise, with everything that was going on with the time travel aspect, I thought it was very cool. It was trying to, like, stand out of its own from the grounded Arrow to the multiversal Flash at the time, to now then, let's just do time travel. That's our own shtick, and we're gonna use that to our advantage. Honestly, Legends has had, Season 1 was not one that was used to its full potential. There were aspects I did enjoy of it, but the thing is that it was obviously held back by budget constraints and, being part of an established universe that it had to kind of tie into a lot of things that Arrow and Flash were setting up, which it made sense, but it was lacking. So it was lacking a little bit of heart. We had too much of the same. It was already starting to become a little bit repetitive. But by the time season 1 ended, I thought it was all right at the end of the day. In terms of ranking, cover-wise, maybe amazing. The posters for I remember this era of the CW. I really do, where it was just an amazing poster after an amazing poster, and nowadays you barely get a poster. Maybe for the premiere, maybe a couple special episodes, and that's about it. Back then, it used to be you get a cool poster almost every week. I miss that era, I really do. But this is probably the coolest poster that Legends has ever produced. It just looks like it definitely doesn't look like a movie, but it definitely looks like it is more than just a TV show. Which is ironic because Superman Lois is more than a TV show than a movie. But, okay, I'm losing off track here like I always am. Going into Season 2, which we have an orange-themed one. Season 2 was better than the first. I do believe they kind of like ironed out all the kinks that Season 1 was failing to accomplish and kind of streamlined it a little bit, like making it more focused, having sort of like, this was probably the season that was the most Arrowverse of them all, and it worked. I think of the original Legends format, this was the best one of all because we got over the beginning kinks, we kind of have our groove, now how do we work with that? And this was kind of like beginning to kind of, it was inching a little bit towards where it is, towards the end of its run. It's like every season kind of progresses more and more onto the wackier side type of deal where like it is understandable that this is part of the original concept, but it's not anymore. I also think Season 2 had the best villain lineup because you had the Legion of Doom, mild spoilers, but you had Reverse Flash, you had Damien Dark, you had Malcolm Merlin from Arrow and Flash. It was like, this was kind of like one of the payoffs of like, hey, we're part of a universe, we have these cool characters in our universe, let's bring them back somehow and have some fun with these characters. I think that was the best part of the season at all. Poster-wise, it's a little bit of a crowded one. It really is. I didn't really like this poster at all, to be honest with you. It looks okay. The crossover poster on the back is actually much more better. Oh, by the way, before I continue any further, similar to Arrow, similar to Flash, Supergirl, Batwoman, none of these DVD sets come with any complete crossover. So anytime they cross over with the other show, it just includes their part. You would have to collect the other DVDs if you want to have them on home media. I know Arrow was the only one that did some sort of combo where they had an extra disc with, I believe, the first printings of Arrow the Final Season, where they had a complete disc with all the episodes of the Crisis and Infinite Earths crossover. But other than that, none. So if you're trying to like watch a crossover, you're basically going to have to switch throughout multiple DVDs unless you have Netflix. Even with Netflix, you have to jump around a little bit. So in terms of cover, it's alright. I do like the orange hue on top. I like it a lot, and even the shade of blue, but just the poster itself, like the positioning, was not my favorite. It really was not. Moving into Season 3. Now, this was the season, again, I keep repeating this a lot, this was the season where, like, this was kind of ending the current era of Legends. Well, not the current era, the previous era of Legends, where the whole, it's serious, it's time travel, it's wacky dacky doodleness, that was coming to an end. And honestly, poster-wise, for example, it's even worse than the last one. It's so generic. Like, it's just, we're doing a heroic pose, and, that's all there is. But, like, it literally is just that. It's this traditional CW fair. And I didn't like they had this empty space here. I know they were trying to keep that open for, like, some of the new characters. But, like, I think Vixen was here on some point. I don't know why they removed her off the thing. I really don't know why. But poster-wise, this wasn't the best. In terms of the content in the season, I think this was the second strongest of the original, where you had still a strong sense of, like, we have a plot, we have a direction, and we had, like, a purpose to it. I forgot what the hell they did this season. I know there was more fractures, more, like, issues throughout the timeline. I know that. But definitely this was kind of like, we're wrapping up this time of Legends and we're moving into the next era. We were slowly moving out of it, for example. But it did give us Bebo, which is, I think, the most iconic character that came out of the Arrowverse, Bebo. Long live King Bebo. Long live King Bebo. Now then, we're on to Season 4. Now, Season 4 was the halfway mark of the show. It very much was. Where, again, these first 3 seasons, they came and went, we had their identity, and this was kind of like giving us a little bit of a shoehorn to where the next half was going to go, where it was going to be more comedic, a little bit more whimsical, a little bit more standalone from the Arrowverse, where, again, the problem is that the only problem with a connected universe is that you kind of have to stay boxed in. It is possible to create your own identity and your own mark, but you're very limited on what you're able to do with that creative box. You have to go in a certain direction. They're like, screw the box, We're going to do what they want. And hell, they even went as far as that we're not doing the crossover this season. Fuck the crossover. We're doing our own thing. And again, I respect it. I respect they kind of want to do their own thing. You know, doing the same thing for 3 seasons and not really getting the acclaim that Arrow seasons 1 or 2 did, or Flash's first 3 seasons did. I get that. I understand it. Season 2, Season 3 were great. Season 1 was okay. This season was great. I thought it was great. Poster-wise, I think this is the best one. I said about Season 1, like, this is the best one from the modern era, in my opinion, where this is a much more better, like, uniformity, where you have all these characters united as one. This is, I think, the biggest Legends cast ever by this point in the series, where you have some of the OGs, some of the new ones that are going to continue onwards into the remaining show. And in terms of the story, they definitely were kind of like, we're pushing the envelope. Like, Rip is gone. Spoilers about that. Rip Hunter is gone. We're moving on from him. The original mission idea is already completed. Now we're kind of like doing our own thing. We have our purpose. We're going to move forward. And that's kind of what this season did. The magical side they were trying to add into it, it hit or miss sometimes. It really did. Having John Constantine join the cast was a great addition. I thought Matt Ryan is one of the best John Constantine, no offense, Keanu Reeves, of the live action verse. We'll see whenever HBO Max does its own reboot. Let's see how that holds up. But in terms of this, like, this definitely was like starting to be like, fuck the other shows. We're doing our own thing and we're loving every second of it. And I love it when it makes fun of itself. Shining moment from this season was when they were doing the mockumentary poster promo for the finale, and they just had Sarah, Gary, and Nate dressed up as Green Arrow, Supergirl, and Flash, and they even did the Entertainment Weekly cover redo with those 3, and it was so hilarious. Like, you know, we're doing the same thing too, but like, it's not the same. It was all, you know, they were having fun this season. They were definitely starting to have a little bit of fun, you know, and that's completely respectful. This is season 5. Now, to be honest with you, these DVDs for me feel kind of new because, for example, I purchased the last 3 late because I was so stingy on waiting for these to be $10 each. Like, I picked up these 4 on the first 4, but because this was ending and I kind of wanted to be more serendipitous, like, you know, this is the ending, this is kind of wrapping up a time period of the show. I was like, you know, I'll say screw it, you know, I'll go ahead and buy them regardless of the price. They're still a decent price, you know, not that much too commonly expensive. So, poster-wise, this is, again, like I said, this is a big departure from season 4, where season 1 through 4, they had like this epicness. They had, like, you know, we are part of this universe. We're badasses in our. This is like, we're doing wherever the hell we want. We're gonna make a Western disco, like, freaking. We're gonna do whatever we want with our posters, and that's all right. It really is. This one, from what I remember of it, I know they moved away more from the magical side. They definitely tried to make some sort of break of, like, trying to be its own thing and trying to, like, I completely forgot what the premise was for season 5. That's not to say it's a bad season. It's just that there's so much of this. It's like season 5. I mostly remember for, like, being silly, being whimsical, to be able to do its own thing. And this definitely was. It also was a weird promotion because, so, the premiere or the first episode of the season was the Infinite Earths crossover episode that they used for this, and that was kind of funny because, like, well, the entire rest of the season took place afterwards, so it's kind of like, you know, you kind of have to watch the Crisis as well to understand some of the characters' motivation for the season, which I do definitely get. It was a bit of a shock when they announced that Brandon Routh would not be returning after the season. Brandon Routh, such a great actor, a very lovable dude, also great on The Rookie, which you can also check out my review series on What's in the Tube for Action X, so go check that out there. But yeah, Legends Season 5, not that much, not memorable enough, but it took me a while to remember what the hell was going on. And I even still, like, the thing is that the latter 3 seasons, like, I don't remember what the hell was going on. Like, plot-wise, story-wise, I really don't know what was going on. I was just following the characters. I know an aspect from John Constantine's past came back to kind of bite them in the ass. And that's all I remember of it. And honestly, besides that, it kind of just leave the place for season 6. Which, the season 6 poster, this one, the promotional poster, I get what they were going for here. I really do get it. It was not my cup of tea. Actually, the back poster which was the poster they used for episode 2 onward, I think that was a much better poster in my opinion. And, you know, it's not to say it's the same. And also, my other issue with Legends, in terms of a minor critique in terms of like what the availability was like, remember, Legends was always meant to use D-lister DC heroes. You know, they never got the big listers. You know, they tried their best for many seasons, but they never did get any sort of big names to kind of join the team. They always been using them. And then in the latter season, instead of trying to introduce new characters, after Zazie, they just said, fuck it, we're going to go just make new characters and make them legends. I didn't really like that aspect of all. I really did not. Like, you know, it was like, they used to get like a cool D-lister and made him kind of popular and kind of whimsical. Not to say the new characters are not bad, but it just didn't really work for me, in my opinion. It really did not. I think season 6 was trying a little bit too hard. They were trying to do actual aliens this season. I forgot how that went. I think it went all right from what I remember, but it was just, you know, it was showing signs of like, yeah, we're coming up with new creative things, but it's not entirely something that they're fully figured out yet. And last but not least, the final season, season 7. Poster-wise, again, I get what they were going for. I get it. I think it's very stylistic that they try to put everyone here. Again, like always, the secondary poster is the better one because I like live action, in my opinion. Season 7, I gotta say this. It did not end on the strongest notes. I think, you know, 4 and 5 was like kind of peak. Like 3, 4, 5... parts of 2 were like peak. 5, 6, 7 were like, they were good, but they were kind of lacking something. Like they were being out of the box. They were trying to do new things, which I do understand that is great to do in a show. To continue going, you have to come up with new things on the spot. I do get that. My only problem was that it was showing that, yeah, we have a very limited budget. And, you know, we were using pre-existing sets and kind of dragging along the story so we can stay in some of those sets so we could tell our story. And honestly, the way they ended season 7 was like, I completely forgot what the hell happened. I know there was clones, robotic clones. I'm like, I completely lost whatever the hell was going on with this season. By the time it was over, I was like, I'm kind of intrigued to get to see where this might go. Also, to make Gideon a human character was like, bruh, like, I get it. She's technically a legend. She's technically a classic, but I'm like, it's just whenever like a character joins an established team later on in a run and they kind of like, oh, I'm part of this now. Like, you know, I had my own experience with this. It's like, bruh, like it's not the same. It's not. I will say this, the 100th episode for Legends, I honestly think was special. I really liked that one. It was kind of like a big culmination point where like you had 90% of all the Legends kind of crossover when it's the old cast with the new cast. They were just missing Hawkgirl. I really don't know why Hawkgirl wasn't there. I know COVID was a thing, but I don't think her actress was doing anything minorly important. The last time I saw her in something was like Big Bang Theory, the year after after her time with Legends End. It was a bit of a bummer. It really was. But so in terms of rankings, in terms of like, you know, I think 4 and 5 rank as the best. I think I'm going to give it to 4. Just for that part of below. Best cover of the original era definitely goes to season 1. Best poster of the modern season 4. But yeah, it's a damn shame. Like, you know, this was such a special series. This is a show that I thought for a second would not die, and you know, it went past Supergirl for some reason. Like a very popular character related to the popular character of like Mythos was canceled and ended before a team of ragback individual. That's kind of crazy in my opinion. It's also bittersweet to have all of them in the palm of my hands. It really is a bummer. I really would have liked one more season to wrap it up. Maybe we will. Who knows? The future is uncertain. But yeah, it's bittersweet to kind of have them all in my hands. I never thought this would happen. I thought, well, it was going to happen, but just down the road. That's what I mean. So yeah, so you can find all the seasons of Legends. Well, that's going to be a little difficult. So I know the original seasons are kind of like, you know, you're going to have to go to like one of your local mom and pop shops, go on eBay, maybe Amazon to pick them up. 5, 6, and 7, you could probably pick them up at a Target and Best Buy. I'll list them down below if they are still retail links down there. They're all also available on Blu-ray. So if you are a Blu-ray nut, they're all available on Blu-ray. So go check them out there. You can find all 7 seasons around for both DVD and Blu-ray. No 4K Ultra HD because they ain't gonna spend that type of money. There will probably be a complete collector's edition down the road. Give them some time to like compress everything and figure out like, is there gonna be more? Will there be actually another run? we'll see. I hope there's like a revival run, just like a special movie or something, just to wrap it up. I hope so. I don't think we'll get one, but you know what? You live in your dream. You never really know. Let me know in the comments below. Do you have your own Legends of Tomorrow collection of DVD or Blu-ray? And how did you think of the show wrapping it up? What is your thoughts on the series itself? Comment down below. Let's start the conversation down there. I would love to hear your collection stories about this show. And I believe that's going to do it for me today, everyone. So if you're unaware, this has been Joe from the Collection Compass doing a complete collection overview of DC's Legends of Tomorrow. If you want to know what we're doing normally on Collection Compass, please check out our other videos where we do other videos similar to this one. We do also solo unboxings, interviews, collection showcases. So go check them out there. Go check them out. We have a lot of content for you to enjoy. So please give us a subscribe down below. Ring the bell for notification when our next video is live. Like, favorite, share this showcase if you want to, as well as please spread the word over on our social media platforms, so go check them out as well. But again, until we see each other again in the near future, stay safe out there, be good to each other, and as always, peace out.